Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the Healthy Happy Hour, brought to you by Quality Foods in the Town Plaza Shopping Center in Toccoa. And today I'm using something not from Quality Foods. This is deer. This is deer from the woods, just right over the hill there. We're trying to use this up before deer season rolls around again. So I'm going to be using deer meat tonight, and of course deer has little or no fat in it. So we're going to be putting it in a skillet with a little olive oil to kind of give it a little start, a little boost there. So we'll set that aside. And we want to break this up so it can start to brown. Tonight we're doing a cheesy taco vegetable skillet. It's all in one pan, pretty cool. It goes fairly quickly. By the time that the meat gets browned, it's just a few more minutes after that till you're ready to serve. It's a pretty amazing dish. And of course you can use lean ground beef in this as well. Lean ground beef, 93% lean, is going to give you almost the same effect. Of course, venison is wild, so obviously there's a lot of advantages to using venison if you have it, and we're trying to work ours down in the freezer so we can get ready to put more in there. We were out at the deer plot today, getting a few things ready and trying to entice the deer to come to the spot where we want them to be.
That's pretty ambitious.
Yeah, well, ambitious is the word, but I will. I was working with a guy one time on the news, and he was on radio, and he had killed a deer that morning, and he did the news, and we ended the news. He said, and I'm bull of the woods for WLET News. And that always teed me off that he said I was bull of the woods. Nobody cared about that.
Lebo's watching.
And who?
Lebo,
Freeman, how you doing, man? And it was Jake McEwen, as a matter of fact, is the one that said that. And one day, what really got me was he screwed the news up so bad at the top of the hour. When he got done, he said, and this is Charles Head for WLET News. And that really aggravated me when he screwed it up so bad and then called my name at the end of it. But anyway.
Ashley Gregory's watching.
Ashley, I'm so sorry about Larry. I do hope he's going to be okay. I didn't know that he was suffering like he was. Thank you for letting us know. Certainly we kept him in our prayers, and I just hope Larry's going to be okay. We were classmates together from very first grade on. And speaking of classmates from first grade on, tomorrow night I'll be hosting a reception, or I'm not really hosting it, I'm actually helping to introduce, I guess, Jeff Deal, another one of my classmates from first grade all the way through high school. Matter of fact, in the book he's written, that's what he's going to be talking about, is his new book, the Rhythm and Grace of Standalone Mountain, which is Currahee Mountain. So it's fiction, it's a novel, but it's based on so many things that have happened in Toccoa and so many of our local areas. And he even uses a lot of local names in it. It's funny to see how he did that. And he talks about being on the Big A Eagles. He talks about his football coach on the Big A Eagles, I was on the team with him, football team, and it was just cool to relive so much of that. That's going to be tomorrow night at the Mitchell Allen Meeting Room, which is at the Currahee Military Museum. And that reception will be at 6. We'd love for everybody to come. There's no admission. And then at 7 o'clock, we'll be introducing Jeff, and he'll be doing a little bit of a reading from his book, and hopefully I'll give him an introduction that will be informative and yet funny at the same time. We'll see how that works. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be tomorrow night at the train station at the depot. And I have, what do we got? Oh, they're going in with some, yeah, we've got driveway being paved. And so they're doing that right now, and so that's Al Thomason actually.
Okay. Chad Haley's on.
Chad, hey man, how you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. I've got my deer browned well enough for the next step. Now while this is continuing to brown, I got a few things over here. I got a yellow pepper, bell pepper, a red bell pepper, and a zucchini. And I'm going to start by taking my bell peppers, and I'm just going to chop them up just ever so slightly. And this is the way I chop bell peppers. It's just efficient, and it works well for me. And this cooks down fairly well, so you don't have to have these things in like dice, like little bitty. They can just be chopped. Take out the insides. And I found it's just easier to do that by hand than any other way. Of course, you do wind up getting seeds all over the place, and the errant one that just fell in the floor over there, which I will not use. But I will then plank these together. They call this match sticking. I'll put them together like match sticks, and cut through all of them at once as much as I can.
Roger Murray's watching.
Roger, I hope you're doing okay tonight. Good to have you tuning in. Again, we'll match stick these and get ready to throw those in. You know, I have to watch when I'm talking, because if I don't watch it, I'll get to talking and cut myself. I've done that before, so I don't want to do that if at all possible. So I'm going to cut these down right here. And it sounds like this is ready for a stirring. See how nice and brown that's getting? Not just cooked. I want the flavor of the browning to go on in there. That's what's important. So let me cut these up right here. In order to clean off my... Yeah, I know. Every time, sweetheart, I forget that I'm supposed to be using my bench scraper. I forget to get it out. So by hand it is. So those will go in there. Now let me finish up this yellow bell pepper. So funny, I was at Quality Foods today, and Dina, when I was checking out, Dina Walker said, "Is that a yellow and orange?" And the funny thing is, they didn't have any yellow ones. So I got an orange bell pepper, but I got the yellowest orange I could find. So
oh, really?
It calls for yellow, and I said, "Good question. They're all the same price."
I haven't seen the orange ones.
Yeah, orange ones are very good, but that's all they didn't have any yellow ones today. So I just got an orange instead. And so we got that, which it sure looks yellow, so I'm calling it yellow. But I did have to search through all of the orange ones to find the yellowest of all. Well, you can tell when all the liquid is gone. You can hear the popping and cracking of the deer meat, the venison. So we're going to put that in there. And I'm just going to stir this up. I want these to get a little bit, just a little bit of heat in the peppers. Now I'm also going to put in a zucchini. And this is, after all, this is vegetable, which means a number of different things. We're going to be putting some spinach in at the end. And on these big zucchinis like this, I like to cut them in thirds. And then chop them about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch, something like that. Put all those in there as well. And let that start to cook. That's what takes longer in here than anything, is for the zucchini and the peppers to cook. So we're going to go ahead and get those in right now. And I did wash these. You know, I used to not really think about washing vegetables so much at the grocery store, but they do have preservatives that they put on them from the farm.
Plus, people handle them.
And people handle them, and you never know what might be on them. So I always wash my vegetables. I encourage you to do the same. Now, it calls for rotel, but rotel is nothing more than petite diced tomatoes with a few little green chilies in it. That is what rotel is. Rotel is much more expensive. Plus, they're very mild. I like to add more green chilies to it. So I'm adding another can of mild, very mild green chilies to that. Get my work surface cleaned up here a little bit, because we got some more stuff we got to do. So now, while this is simmering its way down, there's a step here that you have to do that you never know exactly what's going to happen. Notice this taco seasoning. This is reduced sodium taco seasoning from Quality Foods. Food Club is the brand name. Put our taco seasoning in there. Now, taco seasoning has, I don't know if it's cornstarch or what, but it has something that is a thickening agent. So as the liquid cooks out of the tomatoes, it should make itself just the right thickness. However, I've got a little water standing by here if I need to add some water to it. I don't think I will, but that's the plan right now if I need to. So we're going to let that hang out, and while that's doing that, I made this the other night, and Debbie told me I did not make the spinach small enough. So I'm going to take my spinach, and I'm going to try to cut it a little smaller. Debbie doesn't like, what do you call it, stringy spinach?
Yeah.
Yeah, big half leaves. I started out with baby spinach, which helps because you don't have these massive leaves. But I'm just going to run my knife through it like that, and then come back and run through the knife through it like this. And I can go ahead and put the spinach in there too, and it can start wilting down. Yeah, spinach doesn't really need cooking. It just basically needs wilting. So we're going to take that load, and we're going to take another one right here. By the way, I've had several people ask me if books are going to be available tomorrow night, if Jeff's new book's going to be available. And I did find out from one of my friends that has a friend who works at the Military Museum, and she said they've got a whole case there, or 2 cases, that are marked for Jeff Deal tomorrow night. So there will be books available there. I bought mine off Amazon, and I just finished it today. And what an amazing book it is. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so I would suggest you go to Amazon and buy it if you're not going to be at the Military Museum for Jeff's reception tomorrow night. It's called The Rhythm and Grace of Standalone Mountain, which I think everybody knows. That's the Currahee name in the Cherokee language is means standalone, or that's what Currahee is. So that's why it's a standalone mountain. And
Jason Hester's on.
Who?
Jason Hester.
Jason, hey man, glad to have you tuning in tonight. That's a name I don't think I've heard in the past. Maybe you've been tuning in, but I haven't really remembered you doing so. Huh?
That's enough.
No, you got to put the whole bag in, sweetheart. This comes down to nothing. You know how it shrivels up whenever it wilts. Plus, what am I going to do with just a handful of spinach? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you'll put it in a big salad, because I do like to do that. And I do like my big salad. I'm like Elaine on Seinfeld. I like my big salad. But this will all wilt now. And get it incorporated in here well. Oh, that's looking so good. Look how brown and nice.
Timothy Wade Evans is watching.
Timothy, hey man, I hope you're doing good. It's good to see all these people. Last night we had so many new people. I did my racing radio show last night, so I could be available tomorrow night to be part of Jeff's book signing. And we had so many new people. Maybe they're just not available on Thursday night. I saw a lot of names pop up that I'd never seen before. So
Jason Hester says that I'm the meat man from deep down South Georgia.
Oh yeah, Jason, I'm familiar with you. I've told you many times, I wish you were closer. Boy, I would love to get some of the stuff that you have in your meat market. We have conversed on Facebook in the past. All right,
well, that really does wilt down to nothing.
It does. It just comes down to almost nothing. That's why when you have a whole pan full of spinach, you wind up with 2 servings when you're done. Okay, so this is just about ready, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that?
You're going to put these onions in?
I am. No, not putting the onions in, but I am putting this cheese on top. Here's a cup of cheddar cheese. I need to help spread that out a little more. And I'm going to reduce the heat, and I'm going to put the lid on it and let that do its thing. Now we're just going to garnish with these spring onions. I was just having a discussion with Debbie's brother-in-law about scallions. They can either be called scallions or
He's
spring
your brother-in-law. He's my brother.
I'm sorry. What did I say?
My brother-in-law.
My brother-in-law, Debbie's brother. I was just having a discussion with him about scallions. I went to the grocery store and I asked them for scallions. And they took me to them, and it's not what I wanted. I wanted shallots, but for some reason I called them scallions. So I had to wait till the clerk went away and then go back and put those back and go get the shallots that I was looking for. But these are scallions, and they're going to go on top of this. So we are going to serve, this is going to be pretty to serve on a red plate. And let's see how our cheese, it needs to melt just a little more, so let's turn the heat back up. Oh, there they go back up the driveway again. All right, so we're going to let that go just another minute, and then we're going to spoon it out. And I'm trying to figure out, I think I'll use a spatula for this. Don't you think?
Yeah.
That's going to be the best thing to do. So we're going to give that just another few seconds. This is such a simple and easy and very fast.
Yeah, you've worked all day and you're home.
Yeah,
It's
we've been on the air less than 15 minutes, and I mean literally from start to finish. Here's what we've done. Oh, look at that. And you get a third of this. A serving is 1/3. Look at that. Now we'll put a little bit of scallion on top to garnish. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It is cheesy taco vegetable skillet. And all it takes is your venison or your lean ground beef, a zucchini, a red bell pepper, a yellow bell pepper, your scallions for topping, and taco seasoning, and a can of Rotel.
Spinach.
That's it. And spinach. Yeah, that's it. Very simple. Just like this video and I'll send you the recipe. Hit the like button and the recipe will be coming to you. Thanks everybody. Appreciate you tuning in. Bye.